Brody.
Protein EAAs and BCAA supplements. Do we need them? What ones to look for? Plant versus animal protein supplements, some info on other ergogenic supplements, and more. So, do we need them? Short answer, no, but can be context dependent. So first and foremost, it's important to note that success does not come from a supplement. It comes from inside of you, and getting all the right basic foundations habitually dialed in first is paramount for results. For instance, the most important stimulus for muscle growth is resistance training, then it's the right overall nutrition, especially protein, then it's meal timing and how much protein is in each meal. And it's also important to have other factors in place like adequate sleep, rest, etc. Sure, once all that is in place, then we could benefit a bit from supplementing creatine monohydrate, beta-alanine, citrulline malate, even caffeine and plant nitrates. And looking at the best science, they are the ones that have good grounded evidence and the most ergogenic effect. These subs aren't essential for good health and in summary provide people with a competitive advantage. But I either consume certain foods/drinks in adequate dosages at the right times to provide some of these ergogenic effects. For example, beetroots for nitrates, watermelon for L-citrulline, and coffee for caffeine, as they are more realistically possible to gain performance-enhancing benefits from actual foods/drinks. Or I don't bother spending my money on subs because the benefits are so small. But hey, maybe one day for shizzle. And if you want to take your performance to the next level, then buy my 50% off all-in-one performance booster supplement. Yeah, no, but jokes aside, if you seriously want to take your performance a nudge further, then fire away, but it's very important to take them correctly. Okay, back to protein.
Protein.
Just in case anyone's wondering, I personally am a vegan and I don't take any protein supplements at all because I know what foods give me all my daily essential amino acids and overall protein, especially leucine, along with good meal timings, etc. to support my daily needs and goals. As we know, that's not to say everyone else shouldn't take them. Consuming healthy protein foods is preferred, but subs can be convenient depending on your goals, your timetable, etc., as I'll talk a bit more about. So we know supplements aren't essential and we only find some useful/convenient if we need some help filling in some nutrient gaps. For example, say you may unintentionally eat a lot less on a particular day and therefore may fall short in protein, so taking a great protein supplement like combined pea and brown rice powder with non-essential amino acids as well as all the essential amino acids aka EAAs, and racking up a minimum of 25 to 30 grams per serve of protein with 2 to 3 grams of leucine per serve, with pre and post workout meals being roughly 4 to 5 hours apart from each other, will help you attain/maximize an anabolic state and spike/maximize muscle protein synthesis, as well as contribute to adequate daily protein intake for many other vital bodily functions and health benefits. There's a bit of info to take in there, but indeed it's great knowledge to have. So I think BCAAs and EAAs are overrated, and we can be more efficient and optimize our muscle growth further by swapping them with a great protein powder, like I just mentioned, or even better, swapping them with a healthy plant protein rich meal that has EAAs, which then of course has BCAAs in it too. By doing this, you consume more diverse non-essential amino acids, which also helps build lean muscle, increase strength, whilst consuming many other healthy nutrients in that meal that also benefit our health, e.g. fiber and polyphenols that act as a prebiotic, thus promoting gut health, thus increases our all-around bodily health. So consuming protein foods is best, but if you can't and need a serve of protein powder to fill in that gap, then alrighty then, but just be mindful of what supplements you are consuming, because some are more ethical, healthier, efficient, and environmentally friendly than others. Check if it's FDA approved, if it has heavy metal contaminants, check if the brand's ingredients claims are actually what's in the product, and opt for a plant protein powder as it's a great ethical and environmentally friendly option. To reassure you, some plant protein powders like pea and brown rice are still above 90% bioavailable. And bioavailability meaning the ability of the protein to be absorbed and used by the body, which sits around where whey is. Because when you isolate plant proteins in any of these forms, their absorption becomes almost comparable with whey. And the difference, if any, is only 1 to 2% between plant and whey. There's a bunch of randomized controlled trial studies with non-biased researchers where they compared whey with brown rice and with pea, and looked at athletes doing resistance training and found no difference between the two. So as long as the protein serve is right and the leucine is at 2 to 3 grams per serve, then there is no difference between plant protein subs and whey protein subs. So there ain't no sacrifice. Now, there are times when people may choose to have BCAAs, EAAs or a protein powder for various reasons, such as when they're on a very low calorie restricted diet, like leading up to a bodybuilding competition for example, where their calorie deficit may be so low that they may fall short in protein, which may result in some muscle atrophy, which is reduction of muscle, because having BCAAs in the system prevents muscle degradation.
Protein safety.
The current understanding regarding the relationship between high protein intake, particularly high levels of leucine and methionine, and its potential interaction with elevated fasting IGF-1 levels and risk of certain cancers remains unclear, needing more evidence. And by the looks of it, no controlled scientific evidence exists indicating that increased intake of protein pose any health risk in healthy exercising individuals. It is recommended that weightlifters consume 1.6 to 2.2 gram per kilogram of body weight and can benefit consuming 1.8 to 2.7 gram per kilogram of body weight when cutting, because again, less calories from food means less body fat and less glycogen as fuel reserves. Therefore, our body is more likely to break down muscle tissue for a fuel source. This amount of protein can also have health benefits. So these protein powders can come in use, but shouldn't come at the cost of sourcing a protein from whole foods that can achieve even better results. But of course, it depends on the individual's goals, as mentioned earlier. Too many people waste their money on supplements, so just be mindful. I hope you learned a lot in this science-based video and can hopefully now make more informed decisions in regards to protein supplements. To support me doing this, please like, comment, subscribe and share if you thought it was helpful and if you think others would love to hear this information. Lastly, I'm an online personal trainer and nutritionist, so if you'd like a training and or nutrition plan, then fire away. A few links are in the description where you can get started and or contact me for inquiries. Thanks for watching and peace out.
Protein.